What's up,
Yo, yo,
everyone?
yo.
Welcome back to How Is This Fake? Sponsored by Education Connection, Taps Blue Ribbon, and who was the other one? Didn't we talk about another one?
Um,
Maybe we didn't.
we did. No, we did. Um, Enoch the Enlightened Wrestling School.
Yeah. All three of those are friends of the podcast, PBR, Enoch's Wrestling School, and see now I forgot the other one that I didn't just forget. Education
PBR.
Connection.
Oh, Education Nation. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so lots happening in the universe, a lot happening in pro wrestling. John Cena's cutting his own pipe bomb. AW's just popping off. What say you, Miggy?
Dude, so we've talked a lot about this Xena heel turn, goods and bads, plus and minuses, what we like, what we don't like. A lot of it has been what we don't like. Um, my whole opinion on this has completely and utterly changed.
Mm.
This is pure gold now, and I'm pissed we're not going to get more out of CM Punk and John Cena because John Cena's pipe bomb promo basically really he didn't do anything new. He copied CM Punk's promo pretty much to the T. But I was so freaking invested. Then he starts dropping Claudio and Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth and the only thing that would have made it better is if he would have said, um, "Hey Bucks, hey Jack Perry."
Yeah.
But I know he's friends with CM Punk, so he wasn't gonna do that. Um, I just think that was great. I hated the fact that, and I hated this about the Punk promo too, that they're just laying in the table for 12 minutes or whatever, just sitting there.
And then the ref shows up at the very end. Are you
Hmm.
okay?
Yeah. But I do feel like it was a great way to solidify John Cena winning against CM Punk because when Punk cut that promo, it was just a good way of putting heat and a way to get people back into John Cena because really, I mean, after CM Punk was the bad guy really and booed until John Cena and him had the match at Money in the Bank where CM Punk cut the original promo. So therefore, and I'm rambling, but um I just think that now it makes sense to have Cena win when before it didn't. And I mean, I texted you right away. I was like, dude, that Cena promo was the greatest thing that he's done all year. Because you know what? I turned on, I didn't even watch SmackDown Live. I turned it on right at that Cena promo and I was like, damn, what did I miss in this show? This is awesome. Turns out I didn't miss much anyway. But I I am excited for whatever the outcome is of this match. Now we don't know. I don't know. The world's falling apart, so we don't know what the whole deal is going to be. Where with them going to Saudi Arabia and with this match, I think a lot is going to change within this week. I think a lot of people are going to say, "Hey, I don't want to go anymore. I don't feel safe." And what is WWE? I mean, could they force people to go? Probably. Do I think that they will? No, because it's going to look very, very bad on them. And I do think you're gonna have people that were expected to go to Saudi change their mind. And one of those people that were very vocal about it was CM Punk. And then if CM Punk doesn't go there, that changes the whole main event.
Yeah. And then you got to write your way into that. Well,
Yeah,
you just
with
say
a
CM
week
Punk's
left.
hurt again.
Yeah, you could.
I, I'll
Um,
I'll say this about Cena's promo. Um, it was very good, and I liked how it was a copy and paste, but also that he threw his own, Cena-ness in there. Um, when he said called him a millionaire, and he like I just uh so I like that part, but the what I didn't like, or like the issues I had with it, were, like we said, the referee coming to the aid of CM Punk a million years after the fact. And also back to our product placement conversation, dude, that Slim Jim logo is going to forever be a part of this moment.
Yeah.
And like I think you mentioned it, what would it look like if Austin 316 the promo was cut and you had a freaking Taco Bell logo on the microphone? But the another issue that I had was
Austin 316 says, "Go buy a Nacho Bel Grande."
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the time. Austin 316 says, "Yo quiero Taco Bell."
The Chihuahua comes out,
Yeah.
rings the bell. The guest ring bell person's Chihuahua. Um, Cena's supposed to be the heel, and as great as the promo was, if anything, it made him a babyface. But also, I don't think people are gonna boo CM Punk. So I don't
Well,
know.
I don't know about that, but keep going and I'll tell you why.
I just don't know how they're gonna make Cena walk this tightrope of I'm going to ruin wrestling because of the fans when basically the entire time, probably between now, because if you can get over against CM Punk, there's no one you can't get over against. And so from here on out, they're gonna cheer for John Cena until the very end. How does he justify that these people don't give a shit about him and everything when they're giving a shit about it? You know what I mean?
I think he could be like, you know what? Um I don't know. I was thinking maybe he could be like, what did I have to do? Just tell you I hate you to get you guys to like me? Uh
And then it's like, let's say they make him a full on baby face, and they just go. They're like, okay, he's gonna finish it out as baby face. Not what we thought. Who's the heel? Seth? Honestly, that would be the biggest yawn of all time.
true.
Who they gonna?
Uh
Who's gonna be Cena's heel? Fucking heel Cody Rhodes.
that's the only real option. I mean, you can't Randy maybe not you can't do Randy again. You could do well, Kevin Owens doesn't even know if he's gonna wrestle ever again.
You know
Um
how it happens? You know how it happens? Cena and Cody
that's a good question.
for the belt at the John Cena pay-per-view they're going to have in December. Cena's last match. It's going to be no disqualification, anything goes. Overbooked as fuck finish. And it's going to be Cena, Randy, and Cody in the middle of the ring. And Cena's beaten to shit like he's about to die. And Cody wants to keep beating him up. And Randy's trying to stop Cody. Like, no, it's been too much. Stop. He's had enough. Just pin him. Cody turns on Randy, kicks him in the nuts, pins Cena. Cena's retired. Cody retires Cena, and in the process, he betrays Randy Orton, who is the last of the ruthless aggression people.
And then you get Orton's last match against Cody at WrestleMania. I love it.
Book it,
I
book
love
it
it. That's yeah, I love that. But
with
you're
the
right though.
Slim Jim logo. Right as Cody's turning heel, you just see Slim Jim forever. Imagine Mankind falling off the Hell in the Cell, and you just see a Slim Jim logo in the back.
Um,
Wow.
dude, I don't know. I love that idea. I'm still stuck on, and I was listening, but I'm still stuck on the idea of, if there's anybody else that it could be. And you're saying how Randy, or you were saying how, who would boo CM Punk too. And I'm just back to this. I'm back to, this is Punk's first time in Saudi Arabia. Like, and again, very vocal about things that don't fly well there. Very vocal about um not wanting to go there. Had a lot to say. I mean, the term, we what's it called? The blood money pay-per-view that people call it comes from CM Punk being vocal about how ridiculous he felt that it was that they were going to Saudi Arabia based on his views. If there was a, do you ever watch baseball?
Yeah.
So arguably, and I would argue this because I'm very biased in this. Arguably, the Yankees are the most well-known, well-liked baseball team in the world. You go, especially if you go to a Diamondback game out here, you're gonna see more Yankees fans than you will a um Diamondback fan. To the
It's
point,
usually like Yankees, Red Sox, and Dodgers.
yeah.
Wherever those three teams go, the tickets get more expensive.
But the thing is that if the Yankees, they're cheered virtually everywhere else. But when you walk into Boston, you're never going to hear somebody cheer for the Yankees in Boston because of the history, because of the things that's been said. No matter if they had the best baseball players ever, and they could offer money to everybody in the crowd. The Yankees could, and the Boston fans are going to turn it down because of the history, because of things that have been said. In this case, CM Punk is the Yankees walking into Fenway Park, I think. I think that they boo CM Punk out of the building. I don't think that the people, I mean, obviously the people there are professional wrestling fans. They know, the dirt sheets. They listen to what's said. They follow these people on social media. I,
But see, this is where because I think you could be totally right, but also it might be a situation of, hey, like if someone if some, you know, I don't know, some athlete from another country was talking shit on like Trump or whatever. And I'm not trying to
yeah,
get political.
I know what you're saying.
Some people would be like, "Fuck yeah. We hate him too."
That's a
And
good point.
so it's like if Punk goes in there, are the people that are there to watch CM Punk, maybe they agree with him. Like maybe this is a chance for this stadium full of people to boo their blood money leaders.
Jeez.
Hey, we have them too. We got them too. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not
But you
you're
know what
not
I'm
wrong though. You're
so
not you're not
so
wrong. I don't know, man.
it'll be,
Oof.
and dude, weird thing if it's totally quiet, which I don't think it will be, but uh yeah, dude, if they're cheering Cena, I'd say you Cena's babyface from here on out. Don't try
Yeah.
it because, dude, if they force it, it'll suck, dude. Anything WWE's ever tried to force has absolutely blown
I
ass,
think
bro.
just using an edgier Xena, because even
Yeah.
CM Punk as a heel is still a babyface, but he's just edgier. Using an edgier Xena, I think honestly was the right way to go about it the whole time. I don't think they should have been like, "You booed me, you did all this other stuff." I
He
think they
should be
should
doing
just
these pipe bombs like every week.
exactly, and he's capable of it.
He's one of the best talkers of all time, and
Yeah,
like
he
to
can't
say
wrestle, so
to to say that he's been like, I don't want to say it's been lackluster, but bro, you think Ric Flair, if someone gave Ric Flair a mic right now in 2025, he wouldn't try to cut the best promo he's ever cut in his entire
and
life?
it's funny you said that because I was talking about that yesterday with my mother-in-law's boyfriend, because we found out that he liked wrestling, he liked Ric Flair, and I was saying, Ric Flair still has it. He still could come
Yes.
out. I mean, we've seen it in AEW where even lately, where he came out and just still could, slap his chest, cut amazing promo, give an elbow drop to his jacket, and then, um, yeah, I mean, can he wrestle? Absolutely not.
Please don't
Uh,
do this. Don't
yes,
do it, Rick. Stay
but
home.
yeah. Listen, man. Yeah. Rick, if you stumble upon us, yeah, stay home, stay in that bar in Tampa, hitting on 21-year-old girls, and don't come back and wrestle. Give him a
I
woo
would
for us.
Ric Flair, you're a friend of the podcast, and you're on
Yeah,
my Mount Rushmore. Can I mention another Flair real quick because I did want to ask you about this, and I
yeah.
know it wasn't on our little schedule here. Dude, both of our favorite women's wrestlers
That's so stupid.
are at an impasse.
Yeah,
What's going on?
they don't know how to book them.
But I think this means that eventually they'll be on a team, which means you and I will be on a team,
I
another team.
I just hate that idea of them being together. Charlotte Flair does not need to be in a tag team.
Neither of them do. They should be going up against each other for whatever championship.
They
It
should be
shouldn't
going
even
up
be
against each
like,
other for Charlotte Flair trying to defend humanity against a cult known as the Wyatt Six. Because Alexa Bliss should be doing that. I think that this is the worst possible way they could have. This is the worst possible route they could have taken in bringing Alexa Bliss back. I honestly wish that she would have just stayed home.
mm,
I hate this. I hate that she's not like. I hate that they're not doing anything with it. And I correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I didn't watch SmackDown. But there really wasn't any Wyatt Six like.
I only caught the highlights. And what I saw about regarding Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair was just it was some kind of like Alexa Bliss came to Charlotte's rescue or something in the middle of the ring. And so they eventually clear everyone out, and then Alexa tries to like shake her hand and be like, "Hey, look, I got your back. Like,
Yeah,
thank you, please." And Charlotte literally just walked right past her and blew her off. So why I say they're going to tag team eventually is because first, if they create a story between the two of them that is like this crazy feud based off of like a blown off handshake, like I'm sorry. We can't go from zero to you know what I'm saying? Anyways,
yeah.
I just
And
like
I'm
when
looking to
Mox and
see if
Danielson were teaming up. There was a little bit of disrespect first, and then can't remember if it was Moxley or Danielson, but basically it was if you want to team
uh
up against me, we have to go up against each other first.
yeah.
So
So
no
I don't know.
reason
The Wyatt
to
Six were on SmackDown, but they what's it called? It was so forgettable that I forgot. And I even did the oh no, they weren't. They weren't. This is the wrong even SmackDown results. I don't know. But it's funny you mentioned Mox and Danielson. I know you wanted to talk about yeah, they were not on SmackDown. There's nothing about the Wyatt Six in these any results that I'm seeing. Um did you know that last week or on Wednesday when they and I know we're gonna get into this week in wrestling. I know that's later on, but um Daniel or Brian Danielson came out during Ring of Honor and took a bump during the Ring of Honor tapings in Mexico.
why did I not see this?
It was very quiet on Twitter. There's very few videos of it. He came out and saved Blue Demon, um, and basically returned in Ring of Honor.
Why does
Um,
Blue
are,
Demon need saving? Isn't he dead? Or is this another
uh,
Blue Demon?
this is Demon Jr. I don't know. I don't know if he's dead or not. I don't know who it is, but and I don't even know if part's going to be televised or not. But it could have been just for the crowd there. Um, but he took a bump. He did the whole drop kick Um, and I've been saying it from the start, man, because we had Collision last night where Mox was, going on about Hangman Page saying you don't belong here, you can't wrestle, yada yada yada. We did have a big return on Collision last night, but I'm thinking Texas. Texas. Not only do we get the greatest wrestler of all time, Edge, back, and I don't even think I'm gonna be able to watch it live, because I got myself all hyped up because I'm an idiot and forgot that that was July 12th, and I'm gonna go meet David Arquette, former WCW champion,
If it
in
makes you
Phoenix.
feel better, that's my kid's birthday party, so
Yeah,
I won't be watching it live either.
yeah. I don't know. I had to find a way. I'm probably gonna buy it on my phone and do both, but I yeah. So we'll get Adam Copeland back, but I honestly think that the night ends with Bryan Danielson coming back. And I know that you said how invested you are in the AEW stories right now, dude. You want to get me the most invested? You either bring him back then or Darby, or even both. Be like Bryan Danielson saying, "You know what? I can't wrestle you, but I have the heart and soul of AEW here with me." Boom, goosebumps. Freaking goosebumps, man.
Good
Goosebumps.
for
And
you.
then the cool skateboarder music plays. Darby Allin comes out, does like a kickflip on Willa Yuta's head.
Now remember we said he was gonna parachute in fresh
Oh,
off of
yeah,
Mount
exactly.
Everest.
Exactly.
He's gonna have the AEW flag in his butt cheeks like Patrick in the SpongeBob movie. Yeah, okay. I don't mind because I know you said that you want Danielson to be the one to take the belt off Mox.
hmm
Dude, I think they're going with Hangman. I think they're building it up like he's the chosen one. And uh the whole Hangman speaking Spanish at CMLL and opening up that big ass show with a promo. Okay, AEW a cross promotion show and they're starting with a promo and it's Hangman in Spanish. I think they are launching him into like the stratosphere.
So,
And I I think maybe you have an overbooked finish. You have Edge come back, you have Danielson come back, you have Darby come back, and they help Hangman beat Mox and overcome the Death Riders. So you have Danielson come in his street clothes and shit, but he gives the knee to Yuta, and that takes Yuta out of the equation. And then, dude, it looks like Stat is going to be involved with the Death Riders now. So you get Stat and Willow, and then Willow can bring someone else to go against Marina Shafir.
yeah.
What is it? Glowzilla? What was it? Bozilla? Get Bozilla.
Bozilla, there you go. I love that.
But
So,
I don't that's just what I could be totally wrong because like All Out is right after that, and you could have Danielson and Mox for the title then if Danielson does come back. But I feel like if you were going to put the title on Danielson that soon, you would need more of a build. Even though
so
they do have history, it would need to marinate a little bit more.
I would hope that it would. Um, do you want to hear me giving too much credit to AEW's creative? And
Oh yeah, go for it.
and so is it believable that Hangman could win based off of everything you said? Absolutely. And again, this is just me totally giving. You're probably right, but this is me giving AEW way too much credit in the small details of their storytelling. On Wednesday night, Hangman went to give the buckshot lariat to Mox, misses, and hits one of the Bucks. Looks at the Bucks and apologizes to them, says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." Yada yada yada. Like he's still friends with them. after everything that's happened with them. So it was either just bad on their part, um,
Did it
to
look
have it
like an
make sense.
accident or was
Yeah,
it like a spot?
it was a spot. Like clearly,
Oh, okay.
Like Mox pulled. I want to say it was Matt Jackson into the buckshot or ducked out of the way right when Mac Jackson was trying to, right when Mac Jackson was standing there into the buckshot. Um, I don't know why Hangman would have apologized unless it was just pure bad writing, which very well could have been.
Did the announcers talk about him apologizing?
No, not that I remember.
I'll have to go back and watch. Because see,
Yeah.
those little details that I miss could throw my whole story or my whole, I could just look like a dummy.
Well, I know we're cutting it close. I think we got probably like maybe 8, 9 minutes left.
Dude, 8:30.
8:30.
Nice.
There was one thing that you brought up last night that I think is that I definitely think is worth talking about on today's show, and then we could cover everything else when we talk this week in wrestling or last week in wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, to put it as AEW puts it in their results, a golden moment took place
Hmm.
last night.
I
Golden moment
honestly,
of
I
love.
I forgot what you were talking about until just now. It's like, what did I bring up? Oh, yeah, dude. Ibushi. He's back and better than ever. That was Bischoffing in my
Yeah,
head.
in
That's what
fact,
that was.
Eric Bischoff came back and brought out Kota Ibushi on his back, and they're like, "We're back on my back, and we're gonna carry this company on our backs."
For 83 fucking weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. So first of all, I don't think we've talked at length about Okada and Omega and the fact that we're getting it in AEW for this title unification
yeah. Which
thing.
I, looking back at it, I think that unifying this title is good, but too
Yeah,
many
and what's
titles.
the name what's the name of it going to be called?
The unified,
The
the
AEW Universal Champion.
yeah, the AEW Universal Championship of the world, internationally and nationally.
Someone please make that belt. Um so if you go on AEW's Instagram, they have 3 matches pinned to the top of their grid. It's Tony and Mercedes,
Okay.
Hangman and Mox, and the very first one is Okada Omega, and it has significantly more likes than the other two. Um, I don't. There's not necessarily as much of a story in this as like the other matches I just mentioned,
No, this is a match.
like a sports entertainment story. Yeah,
This is a match for the marks.
this is a this is a pro wrestling match, not a pro wrestling story.
Yeah.
But now you got Ibushi in there. I mean, what could
How
happen?
you want to get me invested in the Don Callis family, and you want to, because it would be the perfect way to break up the Don Callis family.
Which I wouldn't be mad at.
You have Kota Ibushi turn on Kenny.
Wait, to break up the Don Callis family?
Well, you have Kota Ibushi turn on Kenny Omega, and then basically join the Don Callis family, and then have Kota Ibushi be like the new golden. See what I did there? Golden boy of
Then you get a
of
rift between
yeah,
Bushi and
eh,
Takeshita.
yeah, and then eventually you go down that route. Um,
You know where I think this could lead, regardless of who wins between Okada and Omega? I think at All Out in Chicago, we get a tag match. Which you know me, I'm not the biggest tag guy, especially when you get past four members. It's just like a switch in my brain. So they're cutting it close here, but Takeshita and Okada versus the Golden Lovers.
I like it. I'd pay to see it. I'd pay $50 to watch that
And
match.
Meltzer is erect at the
Yes.
sound of that. Me too, a little bit. A little bit. Pequeño. Well, not that pequeño.
Okay.
Pequeño. 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 But yeah, we'll see. I like that it was a nice surprise. I honestly wasn't expecting it. So I don't know where they're gonna go with it, but I think a future tag would be cool. Um, but yeah, I'm just excited dude, I hope it's as good as every other Omega Okada match.
It's gonna be a spot fest.
Think so.
Yeah.
Anything to get me, and I'm just saying this because we're running out on time. Anything to get me Danielson and Omega 2. I still have like
Yeah,
dreams at night about that match. If you don't know what I'm talking about, wrestling fans, I don't know if it's on Max. I don't know.
it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what I'm doing in my head.
Um, I just I don't know. I want to see Danielson and Nigel McGuinness again before I want to see Danielson and Kenny Omega because there's a story there. I'm a story guy. I'm a
I have
storyteller.
to do my obligatory Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel.
Nigel. Masha.
But we'll see what happens, man.
Masha Slamovich.
All I know is that the show is significantly missing Adam Copeland, Adam the edge of the corner, Adam the corner. The
You ever
corner.
hit
We
your
could just
hip
call
on the
him the
corner of the
corner.
countertop?
Oh yeah, I did it the other day. Yeah, it was my coffee table because I'm so short that I hit the corner of my coffee table. Um,
I just thought of something regarding Edge. You see that face? That was
yeah,
ridiculous. Is Lita signed to a WWE contract?
no. But unless you team her up with Christian, I don't think it works.
They could easily do Edge and Lita in the back. Like Lita shows up and they just, hey, what's up? It's been a while. Good to see you. Like, we're adults. We've moved on. Like, I don't think if Lita walked into the room with Kane in WWE future programming, she'd be like, ah!
It's my ex-husband.
Ah!
Then you get
The
Snitsky in the
father of the
background.
child I never had.
Yeah,
God damn, that
Snitsky in
was
the background
terrible.
giving him a high five. You're welcome.
Dude, but what if you had dude, Lita and AEW, Amy Dumas and Cope?
I think that you got to have Beth Phoenix involved before that.
S-
But
Plot
yeah, you can't
twist.
call her.
Kane,
Do they
Mayor
call her
Kane
Beth
Glenn
Copeland?
Jacobs killed Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, but you can't call her Beth Phoenix. She's got to be like, I don't know, either Beth Copeland or Beth Elizabeth Firebird. I don't know, man.
But we got less than
Wrestling.
a minute, buddy. So everyone follow us at HITFPOD. It's almost time for our Trivia Titans. Almost time for Dream Slam. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So, oh yeah, and we're going to a convention where we get to meet people again. So
Yeah.
be on the lookout for that. All right, buddy. Take it easy.
Later, buddy.